Well, hello again and thanks for joining me. Now, I just wanted to make a quick add-on to the last video, which was about filming weddings solo, because I'm at a Catholic church and I'm a bit early and I'm about to film a wedding, so I can't get in yet. So I'll do the voiceover now and hopefully what I'm talking about can be matched, and I'll do some B-roll shots so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, it's pretty much the same filming solo, and I do like to film with two cameras, like I said before. Now, the main difference is after they walk in, and the priest greets everyone, the bridal party and whatever, the couple sits down in a chair on the opposite side. I think this is the right side, like that. And the priest talks from the center, and there'll be a guest speaker on a lectern on this side. Now what I do, after they walk in, I'll bring my both cameras to the lectern side, which is usually on this side here. And one camera will be on the priest talking, and then a guest speaker. And the second camera, I'll zoom in on the couple sitting down. And that way I'm together with both cameras. You know, there won't be any surprises. I'm watching both cameras at the same time. And you might lose out a bit creatively, but you're not going to miss any action if you do it that way. By the way, if you don't like monopods and you're scared to leave it alone, one, have it insured, but two, don't always leave it on its own. I like the standalone because I don't touch it and my shot is stable, but I'm usually with that monopod shot. I'm not leaving it for too long. Yeah, but it is scary. And if you are scared and there's kids around, then you can get like a tripod like the K&F, something that has a small footprint but the center raises up. Then you can kind of still be skinny in the aisle as she comes down and then get out of the way. Then everything else is the same. Once I detect the sermon is starting to finish, I'll leave the big tripod where it is and I'll grab my more maneuverable setup to the other side and get the bride. And then, like I said, like the previous video, which I'll try to link, make a little link for it somewhere, up or down. I do like the monopod because I can move fast. So move fast for the vows, and then bring that same monopod down the center for the ring shot. And there's another difference. I do like to leave this solo tripod facing the bride, remember? But in this case, hello, how you going?
Good.
How are you? I'm Phil.
You don't have to know where the bathroom is by any chance, do you?
It's not open yet.
Oh, it's not open.
Yeah, so remember I do like to leave the stable tripod on the bride side because I prefer that shot. But in this case, the camera that doesn't move is on the groom's side, and then everything else is pretty normal. Well, talk about commentator's curse. This wedding wasn't normal at all. It ended up being a vows renewal, followed by like a whole hour Catholic Mass. But fear not, that's why having a monopod is so good. You can be ready for anything with a monopod. I'll get back to where I put my tripods in a sec, but you can see with the monopod here, this is all the monopod, capturing all the action. And I am quite nimble. You can see Alex there in the bottom left, and we just communicate and say, well, I'm just going to have to wing this one and play it by ear. So this is my second camera. You can see me on the right there with my monopod. Now, initially I was on the left, but the lighting was kind of harsh. So, you know, there's no hard and fast rules. I kept one camera still and moved the other one to the other side, and eventually moved both of my cameras to this side so I get some nice backlight. And that's much better. And that's just with PP off on standard colors, and the auto exposure is on -0.3 just to protect the highlights a little bit. I do use S-Log, but that's for my own kind of filming projects. And you just embrace it, like, you know, that window there blows out, obviously. And it may do an S-Log anyway, but with me, I just get the look I want in camera for weddings. Okay, so this is another example of a different day, just to show the versatility of the monopod. So I'm set up for the ceremony inside, but the monopod lets me jump outside, you know, receive the bride coming in, and then nip back to the aisle. And in this wedding, they walked down together as well. Just a coincidence. Okay, I chucked this shot in here because I know I said I like to use two cameras, but on this day, because I just happened to have three on me, and I don't normally have three, and there was like this mezzanine level or whatever you call upstairs, so I chucked a third camera in there. You can see me working away. Now, it's a personal choice, but when filming alone, I prefer to use just 2 cameras and have 2 cameras with very good footage on it. Then what I kind of see as diminishing returns with the 3rd camera, like it's always the back of the photographer or it's someone's butt. Actually, in this wedding example, I only used 2 cameras, but I just wanted to show you that yes, things can get in the way, and when you have 3 cameras, there's just more chance of you not having the bandwidth to be able to cover all those cameras at once and making sure you're getting good footage from every camera. I don't like to use the 3rd camera unless you get like a first floor or a mezzanine above the action, then that's kind of okay. But even then, like in this wedding here, I was 5 minutes late for the photo shoot, making an extra trip to the car. Plus it's kind of a dick move having tripods everywhere, like photographers hate that, and I would too, having another spare tripod just sitting in the middle of the aisle blocking everyone's view from getting a nice wide shot. I would prefer to have 2 shooters, and even then I would say, look, keep as small footprint as possible. It's easier to edit for one, and also it kind of forces me to kind of edit on the fly, focus on the action and pick the best shots only, and there's no superfluous shots. So yeah, diminishing returns. If it makes you feel safe, then by all means have a 3rd camera. But all these shots here are from my Monopod. Anyway, back to the first example that I managed to fish out, my USB drives. So this is my monopod shot here from the center aisle, and this is what I used to do. I used to put the camera on this side here, on the left side, but you can see why I don't want to do that anymore. The photographer usually would like this spot. It's the prime spot because you can, turn left, get the groom, turn right, get the bride coming down. So what I'll do from now on, unless I have no choice, I'll put my 2nd camera on the right side and get his profile. And it kind of sacrifices the ideal shot, which is facing the groom like this. But at least I won't have anyone blocking my shot. And photographers are happy, you give them the prime spot. Okay, one more thing before I go. So another option is, and I do this towards the end of that part, is I zoom out of the 2nd camera and try to capture the whole action in that one shot, which then frees me up to take the monopod or the other lighter setup and then just go and gather other shots and be creative. And that's about it. All right. Well, I have to be quick because I don't fill up this camera with me talking. I'm working today. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, bye.